Life's full of surprises, right? Some good, some... Let's just say Mother Nature has a flair for the dramatic. Hurricanes, earthquakes, floods. It's like she's directing a disaster movie marathon. But here's the thing. We don't have to be helpless bystanders. Think of it like this. You wouldn't walk onto a roller coaster without knowing where the safety bar is, would you? Being prepared for natural disasters is kind of like that. It's about strapping yourself in for the ride and knowing what to do if things get a little bumpy. No more living in denial. We're facing the facts. Disasters happen. But they don't have to turn into tragedies. A little knowledge, a bit of planning, and a dash of I got this attitude can make all the difference. Let's dive in. This isn't about living in fear, it's about living smart. So buckle up, disaster rookies. It's time to get prepared and rewrite the ending of Mother Nature's disaster flick. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more essential tips. Stay safe and stay prepared. Hurricanes, those blustery behemoths, get a lot of airtime. And for good reason, they pack a punch. Hurricane survival is about outsmarting the storm. Know your evacuation zones. Some areas are high risk, others are safer inland. Local authorities have maps and info. Batten down the hatches, secure loose objects, trim trees, and board up windows. Stock up on supplies for at least 3 days. So, you've got your hurricane evacuation zones memorized like trivia night. But what about your home turf? Turning your house into a hurricane haven isn't about building a bunker, unless you're really into DIY. It's about creating a safe space within your existing 4 walls. First order of business, identify your safe room. Ideally, this is an interior room, on a lower floor with no windows. Think closets, bathrooms, or that space under the stairs where you keep meaning to organize. Now let's talk supplies. Remember that emergency kit we mentioned? It's moving into your safe room. We're talking essentials like flashlights, batteries, a first aid kit, a weather radio, stay informed, and maybe even a deck of cards to pass the time. And here's a pro tip. Keep important documents in a waterproof container. Because nothing says disaster chic like having your insurance info readily available amidst a hurricane. Earthquakes. They're the party crashers of the natural disaster world, showing up unannounced and shaking things up, literally. But just like with hurricanes, a little preparation can go a long way. First things first, let's talk furniture. That antique armoire you love? Make sure it's securely fastened to the wall, because the last thing you want is for your prized possessions to become projectiles during an earthquake. Speaking of projectiles, take a good look around your house. Those picture frames hanging above your bed? Might want to move those. Remember, during an earthquake, it's all about minimizing hazards and maximizing safety. And when the ground starts shaking, remember the earthquake mantra? Drop, cover, and hold on. Drop to your hands and knees, protects you from falling. Take cover under a sturdy table or desk, your new earthquake BFF, and hold on tight until the shaking stops. Beyond hurricanes and quakes, when disaster strikes in other forms. We've covered hurricanes and earthquakes, but Mother Nature's repertoire is vast. Floods, wildfires, tornadoes, these disasters are crucial to prepare for. Floods can happen anywhere, anytime. Heavy rains, overflowing rivers, coastal storms. Know your flood risk and have an evacuation plan. Wildfires spread quickly, fueled by dry conditions and high winds. Clear brush, pack a go bag, and know your evacuation routes. Tornadoes are unpredictable whirlwinds of destruction. Tornadoes often come with some warning. Seek shelter immediately in a basement or a small interior room. Location, 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 tailoring your disaster game plan. Think of disaster preparedness like planning a vacation. You wouldn't pack a parka for a trip to Hawaii, would you? The same goes for natural disasters. Your location determines your risks and therefore your preparation strategy. Live in a coastal area? Hurricanes and flooding are probably at the top of your worry list. Time to brush up on those evacuation routes, stock up on sandbags, and maybe invest in a waterproof phone case. Priorities. In earthquake country, it's all about securing your belongings, knowing your safe spots, and having a communication plan in place. And hey, maybe skip those towering bookshelves next time you're furniture shopping. Living in the wildland-urban interface, that's fancy talk for where the city meets nature. Wildfire preparedness is your new best friend. Creating defensible space around your home, having a go bag at the ready, and staying informed about fire weather conditions are crucial. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell for more essential survival tips. Community collaboration strengthens numbers. Remember that old saying, it takes a village? Well, it holds true for disaster preparedness too, because when it comes to facing Mother Nature's fury, we're stronger together. Community preparedness programs are like group fitness classes for disaster readiness. Everyone benefits from showing up and participating. These programs offer a chance to learn essential skills like first aid, CPR, and how to use a fire extinguisher. Plus, it's a great way to meet your neighbors, and maybe even snag a few disaster preparedness tips from the pros. But community involvement goes beyond organized programs. It's about checking in on your elderly neighbors, offering to help those who might need assistance with preparations, and sharing information and resources. Remember, disaster preparedness isn't about becoming a lone wolf survivalist. It's about building a resilient community that can weather any storm or earthquake or flood. Because when we work together, we're not just surviving, we're thriving. The emergency kit your disaster day go bag. Picture this. A disaster strikes and you're scrambling to gather essentials. Chaos reigns, the dog's barking, and you can't find your toothbrush. The horror. Enter the emergency kit, your disaster day go bag. This isn't just some random assortment of stuff thrown into a backpack. Your emergency kit is a carefully curated collection of essentials designed to keep you going for at least 72 hours post-disaster. Think of it as a minimalist survival starter pack. What's inside, you ask? Well, besides the obvious, water, non-perishable food, a first aid kit, you'll want items like a flashlight, a whistle for signaling for help, a multi-tool because you never know, a hand-crank weather radio to stay informed, and yes, even some entertainment. Books, cards, a harmonica, whatever floats your boat. And here's a pro tip, don't forget your furry friends. A pet emergency kit is just as crucial, with food, water, medication, and maybe even a favorite toy to keep those tails wagging. Post-disaster smarts navigating the aftermath. The storm has passed, the shaking has stopped, the floodwaters are receding. You've survived the initial disaster, but now what? Welcome to the aftermath, where the real work begins. First things first, safety first, yes, even now. Before you venture out, make sure your home is structurally sound and there are no gas leaks or other hazards. Treat all downed power lines as live and steer clear. Next up, stay informed. Listen to local news for updates on road closures, shelter locations, and other important information. And remember, cell service might be spotty, so conserve your phone battery and use it wisely. And while you're at it, check on your neighbors, especially those who might need extra assistance. Remember, community is key in the aftermath of a disaster. Offer a helping hand, a listening ear, or a shoulder to lean on. Know you've been a good friend. Kids, pets, and older adults. Special considerations. Disaster preparedness isn't one size fits all. Kids, pets, and older adults have unique needs that require extra attention. Think of it like this: disaster preparedness for the whole family. For kids, it's all about making preparedness fun and engaging. Involve them in creating emergency kits, practice evacuation drills, and talk to them about disasters in an age-appropriate way. Remember, knowledge is power, even for little ones. Pets, our furry family members, rely on us to keep them safe. Make sure they have proper identification tags, pack a pet emergency kit, and know which hotels or shelters are pet-friendly in case of evacuation. And for older adults, it's all about ensuring they have access to medications, assistive devices, and any special supplies they might need. Check in on them regularly, especially after a disaster, and offer assistance as needed. Bouncing back resilience in the face of disaster. Disasters can be scary, stressful, and downright disruptive. But amidst the chaos and uncertainty, there's also an opportunity for growth, resilience, and community building. Because here's the thing, disasters don't have to break us. They can make us stronger. Remember, you're not alone in this. Reach out to your support system, talk to loved ones, and seek professional help if needed. There's no shame in asking for help. It's a sign of strength, not weakness. Take it one day at a time, focus on what you can control, and celebrate small victories. Because even amidst the rubble, there's always hope. And remember, the human spirit is incredibly resilient. We have the power to overcome adversity, rebuild our lives, and emerge from difficult times stronger than ever before. So, chin up, disaster warriors. The future is ours to create. If you found these tips helpful, please give this video a thumbs up, share it with your community, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more essential tips and updates.